All right, let's talk probability and statistics questions for the math TSI. So, probability and statistics are very randomly unrelated to one another. Probability is all about what is the chance of this happening? How likely is it for something to happen? Statistics that you see on the TSI is most often going to be involving mean, median, mode, and range. So let's break these things apart. So first example we're going to look at is number 14 here, which gives us this table of information. And then let's look through the question. So it says, the table above shows the high temperature last Saturday for 5 cities, A through E. So that's just telling us what the picture is, or what the table is. If the median of the Thursday high temperatures for these cities was 81 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I'm going to pause there. I'm going to write that down over to the side because that feels like it's going to be important. So the median was 81, and I'm going to make myself a note that median means middle. Okay, so make sure you remember what mean, median, mode, and range are, because that's going to show up a lot, and if you don't know what the words mean, you're going to struggle to get this question right. So median means middle. So the middle of all of these temperatures is 81. So if the median for these cities was 81, which of the following could not have been the high temperature last Thursday for city A? I'm circling that word not because it's super important. You don't want to end up trying to circle an answer or click an answer without understanding that we're looking for which of these temperatures is not the highest for city A. So notice in our table, we weren't given information for city A. That was left blank. All right, so I'm going to break this question apart a little bit. So first thing, we're talking about median. Median means middle. To find the middle of a list of numbers, you have to put them in ascending order, which means from smallest to largest. So I'm just going to take the numbers that I have right now. So smallest would be 62, and then 81, 87, and 93. Okay, and we don't know where city A is going to fall in this list, but we do know this piece of information. The middle of our list needs to be 81. Well, right now, 81 isn't in the middle of our list, is it? It's kind of off to the side. Right now, we don't really have a good middle of our list yet because we only have 4 numbers, so the middle or the median would be halfway between 81 and 87. So we need to figure out which of the following answers could not be the temperature, which means it would not make the median 81. So let's just start with the first answer choice and see what happens. So let's assume that 85 was the temperature in city A. Well, then let's figure out where that would go in this list. So if we put 85 in this list, 85 would go right in between 81 and 87. So if I listed all my numbers out, I'd have 62, 81, 85, 87, 93. And then the median of this list, the middle, would be 85. But we were told that the median is supposed to be 81. So if we put 85 in this list, then 81 is not the median. So the temperature cannot be 85 degrees because that would mean the median isn't 81. So this one, the first answer choice we tried plugging in was the right answer choice. If we had started somewhere else, let's just look at that really quickly. If we had started with a different answer choice, let's see what would happen. So say we started with answer choice B, 75. Well, if we put 75 in this list, 75 would go in between 62 and 81. So we'd have 62, 75, 81, 87, 93. In that case, 81 is still the median, so it would work. And we're looking for which of the following would not work. So our answer would still be A. All right, so that was a statistics question. Again, make sure you know mean, median, mode, and range to be prepared for your TSI. Next question, number 15, is going to be a probability question. So this one has a lot of information. Just a tip, when you're taking the TSI, on your scratch paper, write down all that information or you're going to get lost in all the question. So it says there are 20 children in the cast of a class play. So I'm going to make a note of that. There's 20 kids. 8 of the children are boys. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. There's 8 boys. Out of the boys, or of the boys, 4 have a speaking part. I'm going to make a note of that. So 4 boys speak. Okay, and then of the girls, 8 do not have a speaking part. So 8 girls don't speak. If a child from the cast of the play is chosen at random, what is the probability that the child has a speaking part? So we're looking for what is the probability of a speaking part. So first thing that you need to remember with probability is to find the probability of something happening. It's always your desired outcome, so it's what you're looking for, which in this case is speaking part, divided by the total number of outcomes. So the total outcomes, which in this case would be how many kids there are. So we're looking for how many kids have a speaking part divided by how many kids there are, which in this case is 20. So the number of kids with a speaking part, that's what we're looking for, divided by the total number of kids, which is 20. So we need to go figure out how many kids have a speaking part. So let's come back over to our list that we've been given. So there's 20 kids, 8 boys, 4 boys with a speaking part. Okay, that's going to be important because we need that because we're looking for how many kids have a speaking part. So 4 of the boys have a speaking part. Then it says 8 girls don't have a speaking part. So if 8 girls don't have a speaking part, how many girls do have a speaking part? Well, to figure that out, we should probably figure out how many girls that there are. If 8 of them don't speak, the rest of them do speak. Well, how many girls are there? So let's start from the beginning. There were 20 kids. 8 of them are boys. So if we take away 8 kids, we're left with 12. So 20 kids minus 8 boys leaves us with 12 girls total. Out of all of those girls, 8 of them don't speak. So if we take away the 8 that don't speak, that leaves us with 4 girls left over that do speak. So 4 girls that do speak and 4 boys that do speak, which gives us a total of 8 kids that have a speaking part out of 20 kids total. Well, if you look at your answer choices, 8 out of 20 isn't an answer choice because on a probability question, they're going to have that fraction simplified. So we need to simplify 8 out of 20, which means we need to divide the numerator and denominator by whatever factor they have in common. So I know that 8 can be divided by 4 and 20 can be divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So the probability of choosing a child that has a speaking part is going to be 2 out of 5. So that's how probability and statistics is going to look on the math section of the TSI.